I'm Rakesh Mohan and live from Mysore. And welcome all of you for this exciting webinar and masterclass. I'm live from Mysore and I'm director of an organization called Mind Masters International. So I just want to make sure my video and audio is clear to all of you.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
everybody. Hope
Right,
my
sir.
video and audio is clear to all of you, and make sure that you mute your audio. And let me begin the webinar on creative memory power. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. And I welcome all of you once again in this very warm evening. And it's a very beautiful program. And this next 1 hour, we are going to spend an exciting time, a very productive time. And you're going to realize the importance of having a very good creative memory skill. Thank you very much again, participants. And I would like to thank the organizers, the Proto organization from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, for organizing this program. And let me give you a brief introduction about myself. And my name is Rakesh Mohan. Basically, I'm from Bengaluru, Karnataka. I'm a director of a training organization called Mind Masters International. This is a training organization which I started in 1999, 21 years ago, helping students, professionals, entrepreneurs, teachers, and educators on how to use their memory skill to achieve success in education, in profession, business, and in personal life also. And I am also inventor of an infinite calendar. In 2014, I invented an infinite calendar, and I hold this world record for recalling maximum number of dates of any given date of any century. And I've also participated in the World Memory Championship in United Kingdom. I'm able to memorize 2,784 digit numbers. But being a lousy memory power as a student, today I can say myself with proud that I possess an extraordinary memory power. So this 1 hour, I'm going to discuss with you and share with you what are the techniques that will help you to learn faster, to achieve outstanding results in your life, and also helps you to study and work smarter. So thank you, participants. Let me start this with a simple question. The question is very simple. Now, what is memory power? Now, usually when I ask this question to anybody, they'll say memory is about remembering something. Memory is storing something. So recalling something which we have already memorized. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, you have to understand exactly what is memory power. Memory is your ability to recall the right information at the right time. Do you agree with this? Yes. If you're a student and you're preparing for your exams, every day you spend 2 to 3 hours preparing for your exam, school exam, college exam, university exam, or even competitive exam. Or you may be professional, you may be preparing for a speech, and you have got an excellent speech to give for in front of 100 members, 1,000 members. Or you want to present it in a meeting in front of your group members or team members. Or you're a teacher, you have to give speech in front of your colleagues or peers. Now, what happens? Daily you memorized it, you have prepared it, you enter the examination hall, and when you see the question paper, what happens? We forget the answers in the examination. Am I right? As a student, you have experienced this. As a student, I have experienced this. I've revised it so many times. I've taken so many tests, prepared for exams, but still, I have not been able to remember the answer in the examination hall. If I ask this question, why do you forget the answers in the examination? Usually, everybody says that it is because of exam tension, it is because of exam fear, because of poor concentration, poor focus, or my memory is not good. Same student, when he come out of the examination hall, he starts discussing the question paper with his classmates. Suddenly, the answers you missed in the exam, you start remembering out of the examination hall. Oh, I should have recalled that answer. I missed that marks. Now, will you get any extra marks if you remember that answer out of the examination hall? No, students, no friends. You will not get any extra marks. Not only as a student, but also in real life. Whatever things, if you want to get success, if you recall the right information at the right time, then only you will be able to get success. It may be anything. If you're a salesman, if you want to close the deal, or if you're a teacher communicating with a student, if you want to win the heart of the student, you should know how to recall the answers in the classroom. So it's all about recalling the information. If you have to define memory scientifically, memory is your ability to recall ideas, thoughts, picture, numbers, or any information from the go down mind to the showroom mind. And I call this go down mind as the subconscious mind and the showroom mind as the conscious mind. So recalling the information from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind is called memory power. See, we have an extraordinary memory. There is nothing called good memory or bad memory. You don't have good or bad memory. Only thing is that you have a trained or an untrained memory. So now we have to ask very, very importantly, why memory power is so important for us? Why it is so negligible? Why we always neglected this part? When I say I talk about memory, most of the professionals, teachers, professors, or even adults, parents, they think, oh, memory is required only for students. It is not required. We have finished our studies. We don't have to see. As far as you stop learning, as far as you stop learning, as far as you think that my learning is finished, that means put a full stop for your growth, put a full stop for your promotion, put a full stop for your earning. See, as far as you stop learning, you put a full stop for your earning, no doubt about that. As far as you're a continuous learner, you're a continuous earner. As far as you're continuous learner, you're a continuous earner. The better you learn, the more you earn. Today's mantra is that 21st century knowledge revolution. That means you have to be a continuous learner. Now, the most important point is how good a learner are you? Can you learn faster? See, information is exploding every moment, every second. And are you ready? Are you ready to learn things faster? See, when nobody expected the corona will come, suddenly so many things have changed. Teachers cannot go to school, professors cannot go to school. We have to sit in front of a computer doing online class. Now, how many were ready? How many teachers are ready? Nobody are ready. 99% of the people are not ready how to do online classes. And still, most of them don't know how to do that. They are still not learning and they are not earning. This is very important. So we have to learn. First thing is very simple. We should be a continuous learners. Start from Bill Gates or Dhirubhai Ambani. Just take any successful CEOs, managers, all successful people. They are very good learners. They learn faster. They learn from their mistakes, and they have some very good tools to learn faster, friends. So here in this webinar, I'm going to show you what are the good techniques you can use to learn faster. That's where I'm going to introduce you creative memory power. Creative memory skill is a skill which helps you to learn anything 2 to 10 times faster, which helps you to learn 2 to 10 times faster. And this is what I've been doing the last 21 years, help people to achieve success in their personal as well as education as well as in their professional life. Fine. Now let us start. Now, what is the benefit of having a very good memory power? What is the benefit of having a very good memory power? This is the first question you have to ask. But I ask a student, what is the benefit of having a good memory for you? The student will say, sir, get good marks. If I ask a failed student, sir, memory is not required. Anyway, I'm going to fail. I don't want memory power. If you ask a successful student, a ranked student, sir, I want to get even more marks. That's why I want to have a good memory power. You ask a businessman, why you want to have a good memory power? He will say, I want to achieve more in my business. I want to get things more in less time. That's why I want to have a good memory power. You ask a successful teacher, why you want to have a good memory power? She says, I don't want to use by hearting method, mechanical method. I want to keep all my information, my knowledge in my memory, which I can share with my students anytime, anywhere. I don't want to refer from a book. I don't want to refer from a computer or a mobile or any artificial method. That's why just observe the difference. An unsuccessful person always depends on a poor memory power. He is not a continuous learner. But you just go and observe a successful person. He's hungry for learning. He's hungry for learning. Why is hungry for learning? Because he knows how to use his memory power. Now, and the most important benefit is if you have a good memory power, or if you develop a good memory power, then it helps you in one way. Very simple. It helps you to work smarter. Dear friends, today's world belongs to those people who work smarter, not for you want to get success in your life, you have to work hard. So there is no shortcut for success. Hard work is the only work. By saying hard work, work hard, everything become hard for us. Nobody taught us how to work smarter. Nobody taught us. All schools, colleges, universities, everybody says study, study, study. They teach us what to study, but nobody taught us how to study. Nobody taught us how to get a first rank. Everybody says only if you study hard, if you work hard, you will get good marks. But what is the no? How many teachers have taught us, Rakesh? Teach you this is the technique, this is the way you should prepare to get first rank in your exams. Tell me, how many of your teachers have taught us you to get a first rank in your exams? How many teachers have taught you to pass an IAS exam? If you prepare like this, you'll pass IAS exam, IPS exam, IIT exams, or IIM exams. Tell me, how many of you are there? So many people are sitting in front of me. How many teachers have taught you? Nobody. Very hardly 1 out of 100 teachers. Why? Because they themselves don't know the technique of how to get a first rank. This is actually I have experienced, and I am very lucky to get an excellent teacher who taught me. And I attended a training program 25 years ago as a student, and he told me, if you prepare like this, you can become a rank student. And the same techniques I applied in my life. I became a rank student. I became a successful teacher. I became a successful trainer. I became a successful entrepreneur. And I don't have to rely on everything. I am working smarter every moment. Friends, this is what I'm going to share with you. How to how to work smarter. And the only way to work smarter is develop excellent memory power. Okay, fine. Let us start. 5 techniques, 5 smarter, which helps you to work smarter. Whether you're a student, whether a teacher, a tutor, trainer, professor, or a businessman, or a parent, or whatever your background is, if you want to work smarter, very simple. Now, I want to tell you again. Now, see, when you work smarter, you know what happens? See, in front of me is a 2,000 rupees currency notice here, and in the right side, I have got 1 rupee currency. Which one do you want? If I ask you, everybody wants 2,000 rupees currency. Nobody wants 1 rupee. If I ask you, which one is more valuable? Everybody says 2,000 rupees is more valuable. Very similarly, when you work harder, your value is like a 1 rupee coin. Nobody wants that. When you work smarter, your value is like a 2,000 rupees currency note. Am I right? Very simple. So when you work smarter, whole world comes behind you. When you work harder, only you have to go behind yourself. You have to go through whatever. Everybody wants you. So if you want to work smarter, learn to use 5 techniques. And yes, I hope you're going to enjoy this. Learn these techniques and you'll adopt this in your everyday life. And related to this, I conduct 10 days of masterclass for participants every week. And if you're interested, you can join my masterclass. And at the end of the program, I'm going to share with you the invitation. Okay, let me start. The first technique to work smarter and develop super memory is learn to use both the sides of your brain. Learn to use both the sides of your brain. Friends, we have 2 parts. We have 2 sides of the brain. One is the left brain, the other one is the right brain. Now, left brain, is called logical brain, and the right brain is called creative brain. So what the left brain does? Logical brain helps you to think logically. It helps you to analyze the information. Say, whatever the information you're learning when in classroom, by reading a book, by experience, all the information is getting stored in your memory. And you're acquiring it, and you're acquiring by analyzing the information. So everything is getting stored. So what is the use of the information that is stored in your memory? What is the use? So 95% of the people, they are just acquiring the information, they're just storing the information, they're just memorizing the information, but only 5% people know how to use that information. They think, okay, this knowledge, this information, I have to use like this, I have to use here, I have to apply like this. That's why they become successful. 95% they use only left part of the brain, and they become followers, they become slow learners. And only 5% of the people in this world, they use both the sides of the brain, and they become successful people, creative people. You just observe Albert Einstein, you became Thomas Alva Edison, Henry Ford, Dhirubhai Ambani, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. You just observe, study their lifestyle, study their biographies or autobiographies. See how they all are creative people. They created things, whatever knowledge they have, they applied it creatively. So next time when you're learning anything, don't use just store the information. At the same time, you should know how to apply that information. That is very, very important. If you're a teacher or a trainer or a professor, don't try to explain the knowledge to them. Also teach them how to apply that in their real life. For example, if you're teaching physics, if you're teaching management, if you're teaching something topic, not only make them to understand, and just make sure they know how to apply that in their real field. If they don't know how to apply that real field, they'll never become creative. They'll never know how to apply that. So very, very important is we should not only be very good logical thinkers, we should also creative thinkers. So when we use both logical thinking and creative thinking, we are using a two-way policy, okay, two-way traffic. We know how to learn, and we also know how to recall the information. This is the first technique. So friends, remember, the most important part is we should know how to use both the sides of the brain. This is the first tool we have to use. One, we should know how to learn faster. Not only learn faster, we should know how to learn 10 times faster. See, when you are a school student, if you're a slow learner, what happens? Your teachers always scold you. But when you become a professional, when you become a matured person, if you learn slowly, what happens? You cannot get promoted yourself. You cannot grow in your life faster. Somebody else will go ahead and they become successful. If you're working in an organization, if any of your team member, he learns faster, he'll get promoted. You have to wait for your turn. And as far as you're a slow learner, you cannot grow faster. As far as you become a fast learner, you will become a fast mover. And while fast mover become a fast successful person. I'm not saying you have to run, but truly will become help you. For this, you have to change, friends. You have to change. You have to change from old habits, old techniques to new techniques. You have to change from slow learning techniques to new fast learning techniques. Because when you change, nothing in your life changes until you change. When you change, everything changes. Nothing in your life changes until you change. When you change, everything changes. If you don't change from old habit to new habit, nothing changes in your life. If you don't change from slow learning technique to fast learning technique, you cannot learn faster. If you don't change from poor memory to good memory, you can't have a good memory power. If you don't change from an average student to a better student, you can't become a better student. So you have to change. If you want to change, be creative. So learn to use both the sides of your brain. Okay, this is the first technique. Second technique, I want to your life or two things that has changed your mind. It is because of these two things. Can you tell me? I'm asking you the question. Tell me two things. What you are today is because of the two things. And anybody tell me? You can type in a chat box and tell me two things. What you are today it is because of. What are those two things? What are those two things? It is what you are today. What you are today. It is because of these two things. Can anybody tell me what are those two things? Somebody says knowledge, somebody says money, somebody says ABC, somebody says XYZ. But I'll tell you what you are today, passion and hard work. Okay, Mr. Sudarkan, Pramod Verma says, right, sir. Education and knowledge, smart work, okay, intelligence. So, okay, so we are getting so many answers. My dear friends, I'll tell you what you are today is because the books you have read and the people you have met. The books you have read till now and the people you have met. Am I right? See, right from LKG, the day you started learning ABCD till now, so much of time you spent for reading books. So the books has influenced your mind power and the kind of people you have met, your parents, your relatives, grandparents, your teachers, people around you. You have been speaking to them, you have observing them, you are copying them, your uncle, auntie, your teachers. If you have got excellent teacher, you have copied them. If you have got an excellent parent, you have copied something from them. Whatever you have learned, it is because the books you have read and the people you have met. So very simple. So I'm not talking about people here, I'm talking about books. Okay. How many of you are passionate about reading books? Okay, I don't know, but today, if you observe, if I ask you how many of you love reading, only 5 to 10% enjoy reading books. You just observe CEOs of top companies, top managers, successful people. They have a good habit of reading. They have a good habit of reading more and more different type of books. Because when you read a book, you will get new ideas, new information to think. When you read books, you get new ideas to think. Your mind expands. Your mind expands. You're thinking in different directions. Your mind becomes creative. Okay, the most important question is how fast can you read? Because if you start reading like a LKG student or a primary school student, one word at a time, if you read slowly, why? That's why we are reading like that. Because in our primary school, our teachers have taught us like this: read slowly, my dear boy. If you read slowly, you'll understand better. If you understand better, then you can remember better. Okay, that's what the habit. You made a habit of reading slowly because your mind is focused on understanding. Now I'll tell you. Today, take a book. Read that book. And tomorrow morning, what happens? Can you remember all the things you have read today evening? No. Last week you read something from a book. How much of information can you remember? Last month you have read a book. How much of information? Okay, let's take a newspaper. Morning newspaper. You have read page by page, line by line. How much of information can we remember in the evening? Hardly we don't even remember 1% of the information from the newspaper, except from few words. This is because slow reading habit. Slow reading habit. This is the technique we have learned in our primary school. Read slowly. I'll tell you, dear friends, if you read slowly, you can understand, but you cannot remember, and you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Second technique, if you want to learn faster, if you want to work smarter, learn to read faster. Make a habit of reading faster. If you want to read more books, if you want to acquire more information, say internet, you are checking emails every day, you'll go to WhatsApp, you'll go to different things, you're reading so many. If you read, keep reading slowly, I don't you think you're wasting your time? Okay. Second technique is I'm saying you learn to read faster. Swami Vivekananda, he showed 100 years ago, before giving a famous speech in Chicago, he went for a library and asked the librarian, "Sir, I am searching for a book, Philosophy of Hinduism. Can you give that book?" And the librarian took 2 hours to search that book, and he gave that 148 pages of book to Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda, in his beautiful style of standing, he read that book. He was scanning the pages, and just after 15-20 minutes, he gave the book back to the librarian. And the librarian was shocked. "Sir, I've taken 2 hours to search the book in this huge library, and you're saying you have finished reading the book in 2 hours, or 20 minutes. I don't believe you. You are just making fun of me." "Sir, I have read the book. If you want to test me, you can test me." And the librarian started asking the pages randomly, "What information you have in this page? What information you have in this page?" Vivekananda was able to give fluent answer. He was able to explain ideas and thoughts what he has read from that page. 100 years ago, Swami Vivekananda was able to read so much, 6,000 words in 1 minute. That was the reading speed he had. He was following a technique called photo reading method. Gandhiji was able to read more than 2,500 words from law textbooks. If you go to Google and type speed reading world records, you can see so many world records have been broken. There's no limit for how many words a people can read. You know why? Our brain has the capacity, your brain has the capacity to read so many words, dear friends. Now, if you talk about subconscious mind and conscious mind, your conscious mind can handle or can read only 7 to 8 words in a second, but your subconscious mind has the capacity to grasp more than 10,000 words in a second. That is the power of your subconscious mind. Now, talking about the subconscious mind, just use only even less than 1% of your subconscious mind power. You can read minimum 600 to 800 words in 1 minute. If you're reading a novel, you're reading a self-development book, newspaper, magazine, journal, textbooks, whatever it is, you can read minimum 600 words in 1 minute. If you want to improve your vocabulary, how much time it improves the vocabulary of 5,000 words? Just daily 1 minute you can learn 10 words. In 1 hour you can learn 300 words. In 10 days, 3,000 words. In 1 month, your vocabulary is rich by 10,000 words, friends. Okay, now how to read faster? How to read faster? Very simple. To read faster, you should remove your old habit. You have to remove old habit of reading. You have to remove the whole habit of reading from your mouth, or reading loudly, or using your lips. You have to read from your mind. You should not read one word at a time. You have to read group of words at a time. You have to read phrases at a time. When you read group of words at a time, your eyes are catching more words. Your eyes are catching a whole meaning. This is called whole brain approach. So when you are catching whole brain or whole group of information, you'll be able to understand. At the same time, you'll be able to store the information in your long-term memory. Not only have understood, but also you'll be able to remember, and also you know what information you have learned. This is what, see, when I learned this technique in 1999, I went for a speed reading workshop in Mumbai. I got a chance to learn this technique, and today when I go to Sapna Books in Bangalore or any big bookshop, I don't buy books. I just take a book, I just scan the book, and whatever information I want from that book, I will memorize it. I'll keep the book back. I save my money. This is also one way of smart way of saving my money also. Excellent technique. Yes. Second technique is learn to read faster. Okay. Let us come to the third technique. The first technique is use both the sides of the brain. Second technique, learn to read faster. The third technique, to work smarter and develop creative memories. Practice alpha state of mind. Friends, practice alpha state of mind. Now, you're listening to my speech, you're listening to me. Now tell me, are you alert or are you relaxed? You can say somebody are alert and somebody are relaxed. When you're writing your exam, tell me whether you should be relaxed or you should be alert. Okay. Now, when you are writing your exam, whether you're alert or relaxed, or when you're riding your bike or a car, tell me whether you should be alert or you should be relaxed. Somebody says you should be alert, somebody says you should be relaxed. I think I'll tell you both are wrong. Both mind and body should be relaxed only when you're not doing any manual, spending a good time with your friends and family, or you're typing something, or you're playing a video game. You should keep your relaxation. That relaxation is good only for that purpose. So when you should keep your mind alert? When you're driving a bike or a car, when you're playing sports, when you are mentally involved with some physical work, you should keep your mind active. Because when you're riding a car in a busy traffic, you can't be relaxed. You should know what's happening there. You're driving a car at 100 kilometers per speed, and if you're relaxed, what happens? You take a ticket to heaven. Am I right? So you should know when you're doing a mental work, when you're studying, reading a book, or doing any research work, or you're working in front of a computer or doing the software work, you should keep your body relaxed. You should keep your body relaxed, and you should keep your mind alert. Keep your body relaxed and keep your mind alert. This is called relaxed alertness state of the mind, or alpha state of mind. See, when your brain and when brain goes to alpha state of mind, what happens? Your subconscious and conscious mind becomes active. They both start working in tandem, in together, and conscious mind helps you to learn faster. Subconscious mind helps you to store the information permanently, and at the same time you'll be able to retain and remember whatever you have done, whatever you have learned. Say you're writing your exam, and see your mind is in alpha state. What happens when you see the question? Your subconscious mind sends all the answers to your conscious mind, and your conscious mind helps you to recall the answers perfectly. But if you're mentally alert, what happens? Suddenly tension comes to your mind. Even though answer you know that, your mind becomes blocked. Conscious and subconscious, they become blocked. The answers which are in subconscious mind will not come to your conscious mind, and even though you know the answer, you'll not be able to recall the answers in the exam. For example, you know my face very well. I told you my name is Rakesh Mohan. If I meet you next week, if I appear in front of a screen up here, you know, you recognize my face and you'll forget my name. Or if you suddenly you see me in any airport or a bus stand, you recognize my face very clearly. This is the guy who gave presentation on memory power. And what is his name? Something Venkatramana, or this, that, something. The name will not come to your mind. You forget my name. Why do you forget my name? Because you are listening in alert state, or your mind you are in very relaxed state. Just keep your body relaxed. When you keep your body relaxed, you're not wasting your energy. When you keep your mind alert, there's a perennial flow of energy in your brain. Your brain does a continuous flow of energy. So you know what you're doing, you know what you're learning, you know what you're writing, you know what you're thinking. So every information comes out from your mind very clearly. This is the third technique. Swami Vivekananda, again, I quote, if I get a chance to go back to school again, the first thing I will develop is the power of concentration. With concentration power, I can keep any information at my fingertips. I can recall any information at my fingertips, friends. And see, concentration power. Ask how many of you have 100% powerful concentration? Only 90% of the says, I don't have a good concentration power. Why you don't have a good concentration power? Because either you are relaxed or you're mentally alert. When a class teacher comes, all the students become alert, right? When they become alert, we lose our concentration of 15 or 20 minutes. When you're relaxed, we go to sleep state. Both are not good. So you should keep your body relaxed, and only your mind should be alert. When you're in alpha state of mind, your concentration power will be 100%. You can learn 2 to 10 times faster. You can remember better, and you can recall any information perfectly. No doubt about that. And perfect recalling is a perfect performance. You can give 100% performance in any endeavor you do. The third technique, don't forget this. The fourth technique to work smarter and develop an excellent memory power is, again, use creative memory. Okay, friends, I want to tell you, there are two types of memory. There are two ways of using our memory power. These British people are very brilliant. They left us one beautiful technique called by-hearting method. The by-hearting method, or ratta method, or mugging up method, or repetition method, or revision method. Whatever you want to learn, you have to repeat, repeat, repeat. And this technique they put in our Indian education system, and our teachers are following pattern. How did you started learning ABCD? How did you started learning multiplication tables? How did you started learning 1, 2, 3, 4? Everything by hearting, everything by hearting, mugging up, mugging up, mugging up. Am I right? So your journey in your education started with by hearting. Let us see how good is your memory if you use by hearting or rote memory method. Okay, fine. Now, what is rote method? Rote method is nothing but repetition method. In use rote method, you're using only the left logical part of your brain, no creative brain. Okay, let us start. Now, I'll give you an example of a student who went for an IAS interview in 2003. I got a chance to meet him and I asked what happened in the interview. So his name is Sharat Chandra. He had passed his prelim exam. He had passed his mains exam, and he was very happy. He's going for the interview, and 10 people were doing the interview for him. And the question started like this. Okay, the question was related to national anthem, and the candidate said, the interviewer asked, "Yo, Sir Chandra, do you remember national anthem?" And the guy said, candidate said, "Yes, sir. What is the first word in national song?" And the Sharad Chandra said, "Jana, sir. What is the last word in the national song?" He said, "Hey, who wrote national song?" He said, "Rabindranath Tagore." "In which year Rabindranath Tagore wrote national song?" He said, "1921." "And thank you very much. You are very brilliant. Get out of the interview hall. You're not suitable to become an IAS officer." And this guy candidate asked, "Sir, what is the mistake? I told you the correct answer." "You idiot. First question I asked you is, do you remember national anthem?" You said yes. Next question I asked you is, what is the first word in national song? National anthem is different. National song is different. National anthem is Jana Gana Mana, and national song is Vande Mataram. And Vande Mataram is written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Am I right? Now he started realizing, oh, I'm sorry, sir. If he's sorry in the interview hall, he have missed the bus already. Am I right, friends? Now, another question. Okay, he gave another chance to the candidate, and he went for the next question. The question is related to ask. He asked, "Do you remember alphabet ABCD?" The candidate said, "Yes, sir, I remember ABCD." Okay, now I'll ask you a question related to alphabet. Okay, tell me, how many letters are there in English? Please don't present anything, Mr. Parami Anita. Okay, it is disturbing everybody. Everybody are curious and interested, and they're listening very beautifully and nicely. Okay, now it started like this. Okay, how many letters are there in English? Sarachandra said, "Sir, there are 26 alphabet in English." Okay, said, "You're wrong, gentlemen." "Why, sir, I'm wrong. There are not 26 letters in English. There are only 7 letters in English. ENGLIS. Again, you made a mistake, Sharat Chandra. What is this?" "Okay, sir, give me another chance. You ask another question." And the interviewer asked, "So, how many alphabets in English?" Sharat Chandra said happily, "Sir, there are 26 alphabets in English." "You idiot, again you're wrong, because there is no word called alphabets in English. There is no plural form of alphabets. Am I right? There is no plural form of alphabets. It's only alphabet, no alphabets. Now again he asked, "How many alphabet in English?" "Now 26. Am I right, sir?" "Now you're right." See, if you ask, go and ask any student, "How many letters in English?" They will say 26. "How many alphabets in English?" They will say 26. "How many alphabet in English?" They will say 26. They don't recognize the difference between letters, alphabet, and alphabets. It is because they are using wrong method of memory, that is by hearting method. By hearting method, they know the answer, but they'll not be able to understand and differentiate the question. This is why they lose marks. This is why they become failures. So very simple. You take national anthem, you take English alphabet. Just simple example I have given you. Just imagine how many mistakes we are doing in our life by using wrong rote method of memory. Just ask yourself a question. Just use how many mistakes I have done right from LKG till now by using my memory by hearting method. Just test yourself how fast you can learn, how much of information you can learn in 1 minute. If I give you my mobile number, how many seconds it takes you to memorize my mobile number? The moment I say mobile number, we write in our mobile, we take a mobile phone, we'll store it and say, "I'll give you a missed call to you." We don't have the talent to even memorize my mobile number. This is wrong, students, friends. Don't try to by heart. Use your memory creatively. Use your memory creatively. I'll tell you, before discussing this creative memory, I want to show you. I got a chance in 2001 to participate in Asiad Memory Olympiad in Chennai, and I got a chance to memorize so much of participants having extraordinary memory power. One guy's memorizing 5,000 digit numbers, another guy's memorizing 5,000 binary numbers, another guy's memorizing 1,000 words in just 10 minutes, another guy's memorizing 400 lines of poem, another guy was doing calculations in his mat. See, wonderful things. If you go to worldmemorychampionships.com website, and you can see hundreds of world records have been broken. They have been breaking, and they will broke in the future because of using memory creatively. See, we can. Have you seen anybody playing chess by closing the eyes? Yes, it is possible. Okay, have you seen Rubik's cube can be done by closing our eyes? There are some students who can write from both the hands. It is all because of using memory creatively. And I got a chance to memorize 2,784 digit numbers in 48 minutes, and I recalled those numbers in forward and backward direction perfectly. Actually, I'm sorry here, I cannot show you the demonstration lively here, but I'll show you another demonstration. I will teach you one technique, and I will prove you, if you use your memory creatively, what wonderful things, miracles you can do from your mind. Fine, friends. I want to quote from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein always used to say this: imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. See, Knowledge, yes, we know knowledge is powerful. Now when knowledge is powerful, it becomes powerful only if you know first how to store it, and if you know how to recall it. If you cannot remember and if you cannot recall it, where is the power of knowledge? No power is there. So first you should know how to store, and you should know how to recall that. And if you want to learn faster, remember perfectly and recall perfectly, then learn to use your memory creatively. Now I want to take you back to 3000-year-old Gurukul system. In Gurukul system, students were not taught to by heart the information. There were no boards, there were no paper, no pen, no computers. When a teacher will explain the topic slokas, the students will just listen once and they will memorize it and they will recall in front of the teacher. And that technique was called Shata Avadhanam. Shata Avadhanam. Shata means 100, Avadhanam means memory technique. That means student was able to remember 100 information just by listening once and they recall. That's why thousands of verses from Bhagavad Gita, students were able to remember it perfectly. Yes, today we don't have to memorize Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, or Mahabharata verses, but whatever you want to remember, whatever you want to recall, you can do it by using creative memory. And Sanskrit word for creative memory is called Ashta Avadhanam. Ashta means 8, Avadhana means 8 memory techniques. If you master 8 memory techniques, you can memorize anything: numbers, words, sentences, phrases, foreign language words, words from dictionary, all the information from general knowledge, definitions, full textbook. Whether whatever you're studying, you can remember it. Okay, next time you're doing a speech in front of people, you don't have to by heart the speech. You can memorize the speech creatively, and you can recall the speech creatively without missing a single word, without getting the fear of audience. And it is possible. Always we try to go for PowerPoints. If you just see how many of you have become successful using PowerPoints, 99% of the people are failures using a PowerPoint in front of audience, because when you're speaking, everybody are watching PowerPoint and nobody is watching you. Am I right? Now, very, very simple. I want to understand that when nobody is watching you, what is the use of giving a speech, and why you're using an idiot PowerPoint? Use PowerPoint only for technical information, because technical information cannot be explained. My dear friends, I'll tell you, PowerPoint, as far as there is no power in your memory, we depend on PowerPoints. Please don't use PowerPoints. I don't use PowerPoints in any of my lectures or seminars or webinars. Use PowerPoints only for technical subjects or graphs where it's not possible to explain or to make people understand. Fine. Now let us come to creative memory. That Ashta Avadhanam. Ashta Avadhanam, I'm going to share you one technique. The technique is called Nayana Spandanam. Nayana Spandanam. Nayana Spandanam is a Sanskrit word, means Nayana means imagination, and Spandana means using your imagination. So whenever you want to memorize things, use your imagination. You want to recall, use your imagination. Okay, you may think this technique is very funny, but I will tell you, whole textbook can be memorized. Anything you want to memorize just by using simple Nayana Spandanam. Okay, next time. Okay, for example, let me start. Before I teach you this technique, I want to give you memory test. Take this test. Okay, I will tell you few simple words. The words that you have learned in your LKG, lower kindergarten. I will tell you once. I will give you only 25 words. 25 words. And just by listening, test your memory how many words you can remember, friends. Just put your both the ears, listen carefully. And let me start. 25 words I'll tell you. See how many words can you remember just by listening once. Okay, let me start. Tree, clock, computer, chair, table, bottle, Spider-Man, umbrella, jeans pant, car, watch, light, Narendra Modi, chemistry, television, bike, road. Okay, after road, paper, cot, 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 rose. After rose, box. After box, next word is aeroplane. France, France, radio. And the last word is mouse. I told you 25 words. Very simple words that you know very well by heart. Every day you are seeing, listening these words. Now, what I want you to do is, can you recall all these 25 words in same order? Can you recall all these 25 words in same order? Yes or no? without missing a single word. Right from the first word tree to the last word tree. Next word is, what is the next word comes? Okay, clock. After clock, okay, next word is, okay, it is computer. Okay, after computer, next word is chair. After chair, the next word, you're searching words everywhere here. Okay, it is bottle. Okay, again you're searching the words, you're trying to catch the words here and there. Okay, I'll tell you, if there are 100 students, people are there, if I tell you these 25 words, only one or two people will recall at least 7 to 8 words perfectly. Because I, dear friends, when I'm telling you these words, you were just listening to these words because I told you to listen to these words. I'm a teacher and I tell you, you are a student, you have to listen to these 25 words. You are just listening to it. When you're listening, you are understanding these words, you are very well. Okay, okay, fine. Now, okay, I don't have a train to catch Shatabdi. I am a Shatabdi Express. Okay, I don't have to catch Shatabdi Express. I am Shatabdi Express. Okay, because the words come so faster from my memory, friends. Because of only less time in this 1 hour webinar, I have to express my thoughts to you. I hope you can understand. Okay, now what you have to do, you are just listening. But when I say use your memory creatively, we are going to confirm meet at 7 o'clock sharp, 6:57 p.m. I'm going to finish this webinar, and all of you will be happy by the time. Okay. Now, how to recall these 25 words? I'm going to show you Nayana Spandanam. Now, to recall the words, ask yourself questions creatively. Ask yourself a creative question. The words, the information will come out like an order. Okay. The first word is tree. What is hanging on the tree? You can say okay, clock. What is on the clock? Computer comes to your mind. Where is the computer? It's on the chair. What is on front of the chair? Table. What is on the table? You'll get the next picture. Bottle. Who is inside the bottle? Spider-Man. What is he holding in his hand? He's holding, okay, umbrella. Okay, umbrella made up of jeans pant. See the picture in your mind. Umbrella made up of jeans pant. Inside the jeans pant, so many cars are there. So many cars. Okay, what is inside the car? Car is filled with lot of cars, watches. Car is filled with lot of watches. Now, from the watch, lights are coming out. Lights are coming out from the watches. Lights, and light is falling on Narendra Modi's face. See, Narendra Modi's face is glooming with a lot of lights. Narendra Modi is reading a chemistry textbook. In front of him, there is a beautiful television, Sony television. Okay, in the television, bike race is happening. Bike race. Bike is going on the road very faster. Bike is going on the road very faster. And the road, you can see so many white papers are there. So many white papers are there. You're taking the white papers, you're keeping on the cot. You're keeping the white papers on the cot. And cot is filled with lot of beautiful red roses. Cot is filled with lot of beautiful red roses. You're keeping this rose inside the box. You're keeping the rose inside the box. You're keeping this box inside the aeroplane. In the aeroplane, only French people are sitting, only French passengers. They're listening to radio. They are listening to radio. See, and in the radio, they're listening a topic on mouse. That's all, friends. See, not only you are listening to the words, but you're also using your imagination. That means you're using your left logical brain and right creative brain. That means you have engaged both the sides of the brain. Now, I'll ask you, I'll bet you, not only is 25 words, you can recall from first word to last word, last word to first word in any order you like. What, you're not enjoying this? Yes, you're enjoying. Time you took is very less, and you're using a technique, and you're engaging both the sides of your brain. So now you can see, to recall, you can recall forward, backward, any random direction you like. Okay, you may think, what is the use of these simple words, funny words? It's not funny, it's creativity. You can use this technique to remember any kind of information you want. You can apply this in your technical subjects. Software programs can be memorized using this. Software flow charts can be memorized using this. You can remember it very creatively. Now, how to recall? See, tree reminds you clock. Clock reminds you computer. Computer reminds you chair. Chair reminds you table. Table reminds you bottle. Bottle reminds you Spider-Man. Spider reminds you umbrella. Umbrella reminds you jeans cloth. Jeans cloth reminds you car. Car reminds you watch. Watch reminds you light. Light reminds you Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi reminds you chemistry. Chemistry reminds you TV. TV reminds you bike. Bike reminds you road. Road reminds you bus. Road reminds you paper. Paper reminds you cot. Cot reminds you rose. Rose reminds you box. And French people reminds you what? Radio. And the radio reminds you mouse. Now we can try to recall backwards. See how easily you can remember. Now, if you know, just go after the webinar. Try to apply this technique to remember 10 points of a speech. You take a newspaper. Take a newspaper, any English newspaper, any newspaper. Take out all the information articles in the newspaper and link all the articles. Don't check yourself. In just 20 seconds you can memorize 20 pieces of information from your newspaper. This is possible and you can do it, friends. Okay, fourth technique I discussed with you. Now fifth technique I'll come. Fifth technique to work smarter is learn to do calculations from your mind. Learn to do calculations from your mind. I'm talking about Shakuntala Devi and mathematics. When I talk about mathematics, Shakuntala Devi comes to the mind. Shakuntala Devi means mathematics. She is now the fastest human computer in the world, and she proved to the world by using our memory creatively, you can do any calculations from your mind. No paper and pen is required. I want to show you one demonstration, friends. Now, I don't want to talk about mathematics here. I want to show you one demonstration. If you use your memory creatively, you can do extraordinary mental calculations in your mind, whether you're a student or you're a professional. Don't use paper and pen. Next time, don't use a calculator from your mobile. You can do the calculations in your mind itself. Don't think that mathematics is only for students. Mathematics is required for everybody because mathematics is the queen of science. Mathematics is the queen of science. And without mathematics, we are totally zero. Whether you're a professional, businessman, entrepreneur, anybody, we need to use calculations in every day of our life. I want to show you one demonstration. This demonstration is called recalling infinite calendar. Recalling infinite calendar. If you have got a mobile phone, you can open the calendar in that. Ask me any date of any century. Any date of any century. For example, you can ask me 15th August 1947. I will say it falls on Friday. 2nd October 1869. It falls on Saturday. 14th November 1889, Nehru's birthday. He was born on Tuesday. 4th July 1799. It was on Monday. Any date of any century. Okay, 19th November, Priyal Sheth. 19th November 1964 is Thursday. Okay, it's 11th February. 11th February. It is 2000. Okay, it is Friday. Friday. Okay, fine. Okay, anybody please type your date of birth in the chat box. Okay, 13th May, 13th May, 13th May. It is 2000. 13th May 2000 is Monday. Okay, 18th October, 18th October 2001. It is Thursday. Okay, 17th. There is no 1770. 16th June, 16th June 2005. It is Thursday. Okay, 3rd January 1989. It is Wednesday. Okay, 20th May. Okay, 17th, 26th October 1983. 26th October 1983. Okay, Wednesday. Okay, 29th February 2003. There is no 29th February, Lavanya. There is no 29th February. Okay, 24th March. 24th March 1999 is Wednesday. Vidya Charan. Okay, Parami Anita. Okay, next Priyal Sheth. 19th November. 19th November 1995. Okay, it is Sunday. Sorry, it is Saturday. Saturday. Of all of you, you have typed and you have very good. Okay, 6th September 1991. 6th September 1991, it is Friday. Okay, 5th May 2004. 5th May 2004 is Thursday. 10th February 1998. 10th February 1998, it is Tuesday. 21st December 2000 is Friday. Okay, 12th December 1994 is Tuesday. 17th October 1998 is Saturday. 13th December it is 1994. It is Tuesday. Fine. Thank you very much. Hope all of you have enjoyed this, but I'm not here to give you entertainment, friends. I'm not here to give you entertainment. Even you can do this. If you use your memory creatively, even you can do this. Okay, just in this 1 hour, I don't want to just you to come here, sit and watch this master class, and Rakesh is giving some demonstration, he's speaking something. No, don't sit here. You carry forward your journey from now onwards. I am going to give you. I'm thankful very much for Mr. Proto of the Proto team for organizing this program. I'm thankful the participants have joined from throughout India. And if I don't know how many of you are interested, if you're interested, please do contact me. Please do contact me. I will teach you these techniques. and you can learn the techniques from me. And I'm ready always. If the student is ready, teacher is ready. If the student is ready, teacher is ready. My life is to teach these memory techniques and calculation techniques to all of you. If you want to learn, if you have a burning desire to learn these techniques, I will teach you these techniques. And just I taught you. Now I want to ask you 5 questions. The 5 questions is, which memory is powerful? Rote method or creative method? Rote method or creative method? Rote method is not, creative method is powerful. Which method you are using every day in your life? Rote method or creative method? You're using rote method. Which method you have to use? Creative method. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are following the wrong method of memory. So students, if you want to be creative, if you want to be creative in every sphere of your life, then learn to use your memory creatively. I have telling you 5 techniques. Some of you might have written the 5 techniques in your book. It is again wrong. You don't have to write. You don't have to take notes. You can make notes from your memory. I'm going to share you. You can come. You can contact. You can contact the Proto team. I'll give you my phone number. Please, all of you. You can note down. You can note down my phone number, and you can contact me. And if you're interested, you can surely communicate. And I'm ready to teach you all these techniques. Fine. Let me come to the conclusion. As I promised, I'm concluding my presentation on creative memory management. I just want to ask you one question. How many of you enjoyed this session? Please raise your hands. How many of you enjoyed this session? Please raise your hands. Please, if you raise your hands, I'll be very happy. How many of you enjoyed this session? Thank you very much. And I'm going to share you my mobile number. It's very easy to remember. You can just note it down. You can store in your memory. 97397 69050. This is my mobile number. I'll repeat. 97397 69050 is my mobile number. And if you're interested, please, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, and you can join my masterclass workshop on creative memory management. Whether you're a student, you're a professional, whatever you are, after attending my masterclass, I'm going to show you, I'll prove you can do wonderful things with your memory power. Thank you very much for the organizers. Thank you very much for the participants. I'll be back with you. I'll surely I'm going to meet you again. Don't forget me, Rakesh Mohan, live from Mysore, director, Mind Masters International. Thank you very much. Be home, be safe, and come out with flying colors in your life. Dhanyavad.